Now, it's not always clear when to trade an iron condor because you need the price action to trade relatively sideways for the duration of the trade so that the price stays inside of your two credit spreads. Because remember, an iron condor is a call credit spread and a put credit spread all inside of one trade. So when you're looking to trade short-term iron condors, one of the things that can help is knowing which days are expected to be a low magnitude or low range day. And I'm going to use two tools in this video to explore how we can determine that. And we're going to look at some back tests for the month of July 2023. We're going to do a real quick version here. So first, I'm logged into alphacrunching.com, which provides a daily forecast for SPX. The forecast comes out before the trading week begins. And I'm looking here in the week of July 3rd. And each day of the week, there's a forecast. And we have the average SPX points here on the left, and then the time of day. And what we're really looking for a potential iron condor trade is for a low magnitude, i.e. a low range day. We want the forecast to be predicting something that's kind of choppy ultimately. So when we look at this, we can see that the average move in the morning is up a few points, down a few points. This range of from about 3 to -4, about 7 points. This is not a very strong move. So Monday is looking to be relatively weak. So this might be a good candidate for an iron condor. And we're mainly talking about 0 DTE right now. So this is a good candidate for iron condor. Let's switch over to Tuesday. If we look at Tuesday for this particular week, we can see that there's more of a trend. So these are the days that I prefer to trade to the long side. And typically I would just trade a put credit spread here and look for an entry in the morning because the market looks like it's typically going higher on Tuesdays at this point. And the magnitude of the move, it goes from about -4 or so all the way to about 15. So this is about a 20-point move over the course of, I'm going to call it 3 or 4 hours. And this is a pretty strong candidate for a long trade. I really don't know if I want to do iron condors on this day. If we take a look at Wednesday this week, again, this is more of a range-bound day, not a lot of move up, not a lot of move down. So this would be a good candidate. Thursday for this week was very strong with a magnitude up in the neighborhood of 30 points, pretty much over the entire course of the day. So again, I'm not going to want to trade a range-bound trade on this day. I'm going to stick to the long side for that. And if we look at Friday, Friday looks to be a little bit more range bound with a range of about 8 to -8. And the important thing here is that it's sort of waffling around the 0 line. And you're not getting a huge move, from peak to trough of more than like 10 points or so. So I can just kind of select these 3 days. And if I look, we can see that they're all relatively similar. The time of day and spikes, are different, but that's okay. We're not looking for the exact time of day. We're going to do a back test here in a second. But the interesting thing about this Monday, Wednesday, Friday for this week is this was actually a pretty persistent pattern for the month of July, where Monday, Tuesday, and Fridays were relatively low range, and Tuesdays and Thursday were pretty bullish. If we take a look at the next week, which was July 10th, and we come in here, and if we just look at the snapshot, we can see Monday, it did have a move towards the end of the day of 15 points, but most of the day it was pretty quiet. Tuesday had a nice bullish move, so this is not a good range-bound day. Wednesday was relatively choppy. Again, we had the strong Thursday, and Friday was kind of choppy with this larger move, but ultimately resolved back down. So when you look at kind of where it ends and closes, it looks to be a little bit more choppy as opposed to a strong trend to the end of the day. So, and let's look at one more week, this past week, which was the week of the 17th. And we had a similar pattern for Monday and Wednesday. Tuesday, again, was forecasting bullish. Thursday was bullish, although we knew Thursday we did not end up bullish after the tech sell-off. And then Friday, again, kind of questionable if you want to try to trade iron condors with this big move. So really Monday and Wednesday is probably the best day for that week. So what I want to do is hop into Option Omega and backtest iron condors on those Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays for the month of July so far. We still have another week. And I'm just doing a simple test here where I'm looking to sell a put credit spread with a short strike of being at delta 20, 5-point wide, and the call spread also delta 20, 5-point wide. And listen, I know there's a lot of iron condor girls and guys out there. I know you can go wider. I know you can go farther out, and there's all sorts of adjustments. This is really just to give us an idea if those low range magnitude forecast days would be helpful for trading iron condor. Well, we're going to only do one contract per trade. We're going to do Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from July 3rd through July 21st. And let's go ahead and run that and see what it looks like. So over the past month, this has actually been 100% win rate. And we can see that we had 9 total trades, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And if we take a quick look at the trade log, we're getting a credit of about $1.70 for that spread, $1.60, $1.45, and we're taking profits at 50%. Sorry, I forgot to mention that. We are taking profits at 50%. So going back to the forecast, if we look at Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, this is something I'm going to start looking at. I've never really been a strong iron condor kind of guy. I've mostly done credit spreads if you've been following me for a while. But since an iron condor is 2 credit spreads, kind of makes sense that we might do an iron condor on these type of days. So that's what I'm looking at. Thanks for watching the video. Be sure to check out alphacrunching.com if you want to check out these forecasts for yourself. And I'll see you in the next video.